be careful when you go down the spiritual path. Okay, so when it comes to psychedelics, spirituality, Buddhism, Hinduism, anything that leads you to meditation or spirituality or anything like that, you go down veganism, you go down trying to be a better person, you're trying to be a better entrepreneur, you're trying to be a better dad, a better mom, or this or that, right? Anytime you're falling into these things, right, we can fall into trying to be based on society standards or trying to be based on your own standards. So why is it that I was just literally looking at my YouTube channel, right? And just looking at like the home screen of the YouTube channel where it has like the main video and then all the bunch of other videos and then the popular uploads and the whatever. My main channel, there's 6,000 views on my most viewed video, then there's 2,000 views, then there's 1,000 views, then there's 1,000 views, then there's 1,000 views, and obviously the popular videos will keep going down until there's like, until the views get in the hundreds, then the 50s, then whatever. But it made me realize that you generally have to think about what you want to do and then do it. You have to think and do. And as I was just literally sitting here and I was like, okay, going down the spiritual path, the main problem is that you're going down the spiritual path or the path of trying to be something, right? You're trying to be this something, this almighty something, but you just gotta do. There is no being as much as there is doing. And I wanted to be what I am right now. Now, there's obviously parts of me that I would fix, that I would change. In the future, I'm going to get my teeth fixed. In the future, I'm going to maybe have a house and maybe have a car, because I don't have a car right now. I'm not attached to, I don't need a Lamborghini. I just need a car. I'm not attached to, I need $1 million grills in my teeth. I just need my teeth fixed to for just normal teeth. These are goals, right? But these aren't necessarily goals based on the standards of the world, because if it's on the standards of the world, it would be, I need teeth because I'm insecure because somebody will judge me. Or it would be, I need a car and I need a Lamborghini so I can prove I'm a man, right? Look at me in my Lambo. Or like, parents will do it with their kids, I'm a good parent, I do good. Or you do it with your entrepreneurship, you're trying to get rich and you're like, oh, I started 10 businesses and my 10 businesses and that means I'm a great entrepreneur and that means something. It doesn't matter if you've been meditating for 30 years, you think you're a Buddhist monk. You think you're a shaman? Yeah, you might be a shaman in the Amazon rainforest, drinking ayahuasca and you give it to people. But what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what you become. You can become a shaman. You can get everything fixed in your life that you want to fix. You can do everything you want to do with your life. But the truth is that we all have ideas. We all have an imagination. And sometimes your imagination will run wild without your feet. Right? If your imagination runs wild but your feet aren't running, then you might end up living in a false reality. You might be living half in your mind and half in the real world. Because I don't know how to explain it, but like, I was literally just sitting here thinking, okay, my YouTube channel isn't where I want it to be, but it's somewhere. And I see progress. And I see that if I continue doing this, it will continuously progress and progress and progress moving forward, right? The goal in my head is I'm getting closer and closer to being there. But it's that thing that I'm not really attached to the finish line. I'm not attached to getting the car or getting the teeth fixed or getting the 1 million subscribers or getting, I don't know, some people even like, no one's perfect on this planet. No one has it. So like, shamans, Buddhist monks, we look at these people like they're like the most spiritual humans on the planet, and maybe they are. But they're still not there yet. They're still, there are still Buddhist monks that get angry. There are still shamans that don't have pure intentions, and they might be there, but are they really there? You know, like, it's that thing where it's like, okay, I remember, like, I was asking myself, why do I want 1 million subscribers? Or why do I want this? Or why do I want that? The reason why I was able to sit back and look at my YouTube channel, and I was like, yo, I'm fucking happy. Like, holy shit. I was in here proud of myself, and I was like, so many other people would sit down and look at their YouTube channel and be mad. You mad that your most viewed video only has 6,000 views. You mad that you don't have enough likes. You're like, yo, that was a really dope video. I put my time in it, and it didn't even get that many views. I seen somebody yesterday, right, with a video, 30-minute video, that had like 14 ads in it, right? You mad because you ain't making enough money from your YouTube channel. Shit gets demonetized, right? And I think we need to just fall back into what is, right? What's real. We're so caught up in this fake machine that we don't even know what the real machine is. Like, I don't know, some people get caught up in the idea of manifestation, that they think thoughts create reality to the point where they sit on their ass and think. That's great. I do that shit too. But I have to move. Like, if I don't move, then what's the point? I could have been thinking these ideas to myself. I was thinking these ideas, you know, but I was like, maybe I should record this. You know, and there's so many people out there in the world that should probably do the same, that should start thinking and start recording their thoughts, or start thinking and start moving in the physical world. So, like, I don't know, the one thing you can get caught up with spirituality, with entrepreneurship, with anything you're trying to be, you can get caught up trying to be. Trying so hard to be something instead of do something. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but maybe you're not the good person you want to be. Maybe you're not the Buddhist monk that you are trying to be. Maybe you're not in shape. Maybe whatever. But, like, you got to start acting. You got to start moving. You got to start pushing. You got to... That's the only way. But do not push to get to the finish line. Push just because that's all there is. There is nothing else other than struggle and growth. That's it. There was only struggle and growth. You were going to struggle and struggle and struggle to try to become the person you want to be. You're going to struggle to try to get the things you want in life. Even the things you need in life, the simple basic necessities. Some people are struggling every day to get, right? So, like, this is just about, I guess, just figuring out who you are, what you want to do, what you want to be, and move towards that thing. And, like, if you want to be a YouTuber, I guess the reason why in the beginning of the video I said, you know, the thing with spiritual people or psychedelic people or Buddhist monk or whatever the fuck, right? The thing with these people is, by trying to, in these philosophies, right, that spiritual side of the world, you want to, there's these ideas of killing your ego, of, like, the idea that the ego is bad, or the idea that whatever, and the ego just has to be tamed, but the ego is the physical. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, my ego is the one that makes these videos. It's the one that was sitting there proud that I have whatever, but the ego is, if your ego was not tamed, then your ego would look at, I thought to myself, wow, my Blue Water Lily documentary has 6,000 views. Wow, oh my God, that's great. You know what an untamed ego would have said? 6,000 views? That's not enough. Fuck, bro, like, I deserve more views, right? I see it with some psychedelic YouTubers. I'm not gonna say no names, but, like, there was this psychedelic YouTuber that I was watching, and instead of being grateful for the views he gets, or grateful for the subscribers he has, he's comparing himself to another psychedelic YouTuber who has more subscribers, who gets more views. Like, never compare yourself to anybody. Like, anybody. Because you are nobody. They're not you, and you're not them. I don't want 1 million subscribers like such and such has. Because I'm happy with the 600 subscribers I have right now. Yeah, it'd be dope to have 1 million subscribers, but that's not necessarily a fucking goal in my head. But it must have been a goal in dude's head, that's why he has it. Like, and that's okay. Like, I was having a conversation with my girl, like, earlier and the other day or whatever, and she was talking about, you know, how things need to be okay, and like, I guess the thing is that we're not okay in the spiritual community. It's like we're not okay with ego. We're not okay with a man saying, I'm spiritual. Let's say if a Buddhist monk who's a Buddhist monk of 30 years, he says he's been meditating for 30 years, if he says, hey guys, I have sex with 3 different women every week, we would look at that man in disgust, like, oh my god, now he's not spiritual, all his philosophies were lies, and he's bullshit, and yada yada yada. All because his ego wanted something. All because, you know, and I'm using the 3 girls as a extreme example, but like, even if it was just he had a girlfriend or had a wife and he's having sex with her all the time and they're talking about their sex life and yada yada yada, you would be like, you're not a real Buddhist monk. And why? Because he decided to also enjoy the physical, to let his ego have a little fun, right? So there's these traps that you can get caught into that are like, that's what this video is really about. The fucking traps that your mind gets caught into. The traps of wanting to be a good shaman, the traps of wanting to be a good parent, the traps of wanting to be an entrepreneur, and so you gotta do it just like that guy, or a shaman, or a Buddhist monk, right? You get this trap of Buddhist monks don't have sex, you know, what, or whatever. These weird traps. They're just mental traps that make you miserable. I guess what I'm trying to say is, people get caught into traps of trying to be something instead of just being, and it's these traps that destroy us. Like, we get caught in traps of the way humans are supposed to look, right? That's why I try to mention as many things as I can possible about myself. Like, the only example I have is my teeth, because the life I grew up, I need to go to a dentist to get my teeth fixed and yada yada yada. It is a process. I'm gonna begin the process. But instead of, like, I guess so many other people, right? Y'all got other problems. And you gotta start the process to fix your problems. You have to not get caught into traps either, because maybe some of your problems aren't real problems. You know, like, I don't know. My problem is a real problem. But the problem of, so I don't have a car at all. So I need a car. But some people will have a car, but say they need a better car because they want it to look better, they want it to look nice. That's a false problem. That's not real. That's in your head. That's because you want something based on society's standards, right? The parents want to be a good parent based on the standards of the European society, right? In America, we live the Europeans' way, right? But in a sense, these are where we get our ideas of parenting, of jobs, the way the world's structured, the way life is, whatever. But other places in the world are structured differently. They have different ideas. They have different ideas of what a good parent is. You know, in America, things like Christmas and holidays and shit like that, fuck with parents. You know, like, how many parents are like running around during Christmas time? Like, If it wasn't for Christmas, you know, getting presents for Christmas, then everyone on the planet would love the holidays. How many people say they hate the holidays? You wanna know why people hate the holidays? Because it burns a hole in their pocket. Like, so if it didn't burn a hole in their pocket, they wouldn't have this animosity towards the holidays and they'd be able to enjoy the holidays. But our society has, like, engraved this thing about presents, and then they try to do this little idea in our head saying, but it's not about the presents, it's about but that shit's bullshit, because kids, all they know about Christmas is you get presents, right? And that's because we brainwashed them that way. We made it that way, but we can change it. It doesn't have to be that way. But because it's not that way everywhere in the world. Not everyone celebrates Christmas, right? So like, this is the thing where I'm realizing that a lot of our problems is us trying to hold up to the standards of society, trying to hold up to the standards of someone else, right? So men, right? So I'm in pretty good shape, right? I'm in the best shape that I've been in my life, really. But like, I'm not trying to be anybody. There's not one man that I've looked at saying, I want a body like that. Because I don't want a body like nobody. Like, they don't give a fuck about that, right? All I want is to be a healthy me. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to run without feeling like I'm dying, right? As I'm getting older, I want to stretch more and shit because I don't want to get old. There are things you can do to prevent old age. And you can just get in shape, right? You can eat better. You can do more. You can move your physical body more. And it'll get in shape. But like, never get in shape to hold up a standard. If you're a man trying to get in shape because you see other men in shape, then you're insecure and weak-minded. And really what you need to strengthen up instead of your arms is your mind. Like, this is our society's problem, is we are so mentally weak that, like, if you have a physical flaw, you won't even put yourself on camera. Oh my God. Like, if you have a giant pimple, a missing tooth, a fucking something wrong with you, you're scared to put yourself out. All of you. And I'm not saying literally. What I mean is, we live in a world that is what they want us to be. They have pushed us into fear. They have pushed us into anxiety. They have pushed us into these things because that's what they want you to be. They want you to be so insecure that you never show your face again if something goes wrong with it. They want you to be so insecure, so weak-minded, that you go get in shape, not because you actually want to be healthy, but because you care about what Sarah and John and this person and that person thinks, right? Like, you care what other humans think. And don't get me wrong. Well, whatever, I care what people think too sometimes, right? I care about what my family thinks. I care about what my loved one thinks. I care about, and to a certain extent, I care about what you guys think to an extent, but not when it comes to me, right? Like, and just like you shouldn't give a fuck what I think about you. I don't know. You can have a company, or you started a business and it's only making $100,000 a year, but that's great, right, to most people. But then you got Joe Blow over there that's like, has a $1 billion company, and he's like, what are you doing? You have to have 20 streams of income to do that. But really, you cannot compare. You can't compare men. You can't compare women, because we're all different. You don't want to be the man I am. You don't want my life. It doesn't matter if I got the life. So let's say I get all my shit I'm trying to do in my head, right? Let's say I do this shit. You don't want this shit. You don't want this shit. You don't want the life I have because you don't want the struggles I have. You don't want the pain I have. You don't want that the pain that I have has turned me into the man I am today. It's you know how many times I was made fun of to the point where now it doesn't bother me? You know how many times I was called a bum to the point where now, if I was a homeless guy in the street, no one could tell me shit. Like, my ego is so powerful but I'm in control of my ego. Remember, you got to be in control of your ego. But if you gain control of it, it should also be powerful too. Your consciousness has to be powerful and your ego has to be powerful. But you have to always be more powerful than both. You have to be more powerful than your consciousness, and you have to be more powerful than your ego. You have to be in charge. And this is the thing. We're so trying to be something. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know why we're on Earth. What the fuck is Earth? What's going on? So you're a black man. So let's say you have brown skin and you're a boy. You look at other people with brown skin because you're trying to be something. If you're a girl and you have brown skin, you look at other girls with brown skin. If you're a girl with white skin, you look at other girls with white skin because you don't know who you are. So you try to look at the people who look similar to you to see, is that who I am? Or, whatever, because that's what I did. Right? I tried hanging out with all, the black people because I was like, oh, I'm black, But there's a complication in the world where just because you look like someone, that don't mean you are that someone. Just because you're a girl, that don't mean that you gotta be all girly. And just because you're a boy, that don't mean you gotta be all manly. And just because you're a shaman, that does not mean that you have to live in the rainforest and drink ayahuasca. And just because you're a Buddhist, that don't mean, and you want to be a monk and you want to do the monk life, do it your way. You don't have to go live in a fucking monastery. And yeah, some people are gonna be like, but to be a real Buddhist Shaolin monk, you have to go live in the temple and go, yeah, but this is the 21st century and the world's evolving and everything is changing. And there's the internet and there's social media and you can learn everything the Buddhist monks learn and you could do it in your house. If you don't got kids and you don't got nothing else to do with your life, then yeah, you could literally turn your home into a Buddhist monastery. Literally. You don't have to bring people in your home. It could just be you. I don't know. There's this weird thing where people have ideas, but they're so scared to just do. If you don't have kids, then there's really not much stopping you. And even if you do have kids, that's just an obstacle in the way, but it's still not necessarily stopping you. It's like I don't know. I don't know really where to go with this video, right? Because, I can go on for days about this shit because this is the type of shit that I think about the most. The fact that, okay, I said I want to do something and I'm doing it. I said I want to make YouTube videos and I do this shit until I die. Until I can't speak anymore, I will do this shit. I don't know. It doesn't matter if I'm a famous musician. I'm always going to make music. Always. And I just want people to always be themselves no matter the situation. Yes, maybe you really, really, really wanted to be famous. You really wanted your music to be on the radio. Maybe you really wanted to be an actress so fucking bad. You watched movies and you were inspired, and maybe you used to go into the mirror and make faces like most actors and actresses do and try to whatever. But maybe it's not going to go the way you imagine. That's okay. Because we have the internet now. You just have to learn production. You just have to learn how to produce a movie. If you can come up with the ideas for a movie, you just have to figure out how to produce the movie. But it's possible. Figure out other people who have a similar dream than you and work the fucking together. It's really possible. And I think it's really about not getting caught up on the almighty. The ideal. We have the ideal version of a man. A man is this. A woman is this. A successful entrepreneur is this. A shaman is this. A Buddhist monk is this. A good parent is this. All fake. All bullshit. All just someone's opinion. And this is just my opinion, right? So my opinion is, be you instead of what people want you to be. Right? People want you to be a $1 million entrepreneur. But do you really want to be a $1 million entrepreneur? Maybe you're okay and happy with $100,000. Maybe you're happy with $50,000. Some humans will never understand that you don't need money to be happy. Some people are not chasing money. Some people are chasing a certain way of living, a certain life, a certain feeling, right? And I think that is more valuable than any amount of money, is that feeling of being alive. And the thing that makes me feel alive might just confuse you. So, don't ever do what makes me feel alive if it's not you. Do what makes you feel alive, because it's you. But, don't get caught up into these traps, these ideas of who the world thinks we are. There is not, I don't care how smart you think these scientists and doctors and people are, they're not as smart as you think they are. I promise you this. They are really not as smart as you think they are. They don't know as much as we don't know, and we're all just slowly getting closer to something, right? So, like, walk closer to you. Walk towards the future you. But, like, enjoy the fuck out of right now. Like, enjoy this. You don't understand how much I enjoyed making this video? Like, I enjoyed making this video so much, bro. Like, you have no idea. I could literally talk for days about this shit. I'm gonna enjoy uploading this video. I'm about to smoke with my girl. I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of that. About to do a dab. And it's like, yeah, that just reminded me of another video I want to make. So I'm gonna get up out of here, probably do a dab, and then make another video. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I just want y'all to be you, and just not be scared to be you. Walk towards you, do you, but be happy with now, because there only is truly right now.